Welcome live to the Cougar Den here in Bloomington, Indiana, the Tom McKinney Court at Bloomington North High School. I'm David Bloomberg alongside Nick Jenkinson, and tonight we bring you the Bloomington North Cougars facing off against the visiting Franklin Central Flashes. Nick, both of these teams have struggled this season, with Bloomington North only winning 4 games and only 5 wins for Franklin Central. What do you ultimately think will be the key to this game?
Well, both teams, David, come in on losing streaks, and they want to break those skids tonight. Franklin Central's lost 6 straight. Their last win came December 19th against Terre Haute South, 49-29. For Bloomington North, they're on a 4-game losing streak. Their last win, December 14th, against Bloomington South, 41-40 on an Ainsley Urbanski tip-in at the buzzer. Both teams have played Tuesday night, so there's no advantage. They both played Tuesday night, so they're coming in with the same amount of rest. The one difference is that, of course, Franklin Central has to make the hour trip from the southeast side of Indianapolis down here, a game that was scheduled to be played last Saturday due to the weather and then has been rescheduled to tonight. And don't forget that Bloomington North then also has to play another conference game tomorrow. They're scheduled contest with Columbus North, who's leaving. It's also a key conference matchup because Bloomington North 1-3, Franklin Central 2-3 in the conference, tied with Terre Haute South, who's 2-3. Bloomington North trying to avoid the basement with Terre Haute North and Southport, who's 1-4. Terre Haute South tonight is crosstown at Bloomington South, the only other game in the conference tonight. So both teams just got to get off to good starts tonight.
That is absolutely right, Nick. And so as we get prepared for this exciting matchup between these two teams, we will pause a moment for the playing of the National Anthem, it would appear.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask everyone to stand and remove all hats and join us as we honor America in the playing of our national anthem.
And so they are just about ready to begin here at the Cougar Den. And so the starting lineups for these teams for the visiting Franklin Central Flashes, they have number 11, Rachel Luby, a sophomore forward, a 6'1" forward. Number 21, Andrea Adams, a senior guard, 5'9". Number 30, Alexis Mobley, a 5'6" guard, a sophomore. Number 32, Madison Potts, a senior. She will be the center, 6'1". And number 33, Sammy Wessel, a senior forward at 5'9". And for the home Bloomington North Cougars in this matchup, the starting lineup being introduced will be number 3, Ainsley Urbanski, a sophomore guard at 5'7". Number 11, Aaron Lewis, a 5'8" sophomore guard. Number 12, Katie Carver, a 5'2" junior guard. number 23, Hannah Allen, a senior 5'7" guard, and number 40, Jenny Driscoll, a 5'10" senior forward. Those are the starting lineups. So Bloomington North, that starting lineup currently being introduced here tonight. We saw a few of the bench players already in the JV game. Bentley Grooms, for instance, and Sydney Piercy and Claudia Mendoza all played in the JV game, as did number 20, Carr. Carr only got into 1 quarter of that game. She'll be eligible for all 4 quarters should they need her. Mendoza and Grooms and Hopkins and Piercy will all have varying eligibility in this one. So they get ready for the tip out there at center court. For Franklin Central is number 11, Rachel Luby, the 6'1" forward, facing off against Jenny Driscoll, and Luby wins the tip, and so Franklin Central controls the ball first.
Interesting, both these teams have 2 players in that average double figures as Franklin Central gets off the
and the 3-point shot downtown for Mobley gets her squad on the board first.
Franklin Central is a team that shoots just 29% from 3 coming into tonight.
And so driving inside is number 23, Andrea Adams. No, sorry, I'll correct that. That was Hannah Allen for Bloomington North. Allen heading to the line for 2. The first one straight in puts the Cougars on the board, 3-1 here at the Cougar Den.
Yeah, Hannah Allen leads this team in scoring, David. 15.3 points a game, 64% free throw shooter coming into tonight, and she hits both of them to get the Cougars off the snide.
7:25 left in the first quarter. It's a 3-2 ball game.
So far, North doing what the JV has done, David. They're pressuring the ball, they're playing the zone. But a nice cut to the basket by Franklin Central, but it misses.
That was Andrea Adams there who missed the layup, but a beautiful pass and a great cut. Already you can see that these teams have some clean passing ability. They seem to be in sync on offense. Both relatively even in talent level, both of these teams, so we'll see how that plays out tonight. The open 3-point shot bounces off the rim, and the rebound goes to Potts for Franklin Central. Inside to Luby, she cuts across court to Vessel. Vessel back out, and the shot hit by Potts.
Potts is a player that averages 11.3 points a game. Adams at 11.1 for Franklin Central.
A good look from 3-point land here is knocked down by Bloomington North. And that's Carver right there, Katie Carver, the junior guard. She ties the game up for her team.
It averages 3.8 points a game and hit her 14-3 of the season.
And a missed 3 by Franklin Central, ultimately tracked down by Bloomington North. And so Hannah Allen kicks it off to Urbanski, who gives it off inside to Driscoll. Back out to Carver, but traveling is called. She knocked it down, but it won't count. Traveling prior to the basket.
One thing that we saw in the JV game that North won was a lot of turnovers in this game. Both these teams have struggled this season, so we'll see how turnovers play a part in this game.
Absolutely, Nick. It's the dribble step there, and she hits the 2-point shot. That's Rachel Luby right there with a beautiful put-in for the 2, a nice dribble step.
Yeah, Franklin Central definitely has a size advantage over Bloomington North and a good shot from Luby in the paint.
And so Urbanski dribbling it inside. She kicks it back out, but the pass gets picked off But it bobbles around, and Bloomington North comes up with it after a battle for the ball right there. The pass inside is muffed by Jenny Driscoll, and so it'll be brought back up the court by the Flashes. A strong post move inside by Wessel, up with the 2, and her team leads 9-5 in the early going.
Notice the same thing from Franklin Central's varsities we did in the JV. They go inside, they don't hit a lot from the outside.
And Franklin Central's got some size on the court, so they should be able to control the post. As they grab the rebound there, Adams brings it up the court, but the pass gets picked off. But a turnover right back as Lewis dribbles it out of bounds. So checking into the game for the Flashes are number 12, Caitlin Larson, and number 25, Sarah Reidenbach. That shot missed by Andrea Adams. It'll be brought back up the court by Urbanski, who kicks it inside to Driscoll. She looks outside. The open shooter hits it. A beautiful three-point shot by Katie Carver.
Katie Carver hits her second 3 of the night, and already past her average. She averages 3.8. She's at 6 points, and the turnover by Franklin Central.
And so North cooking with a little bit of gas right here. They're only down by 1. And after the turnover, they have a chance to take the lead.
North has hit 48 threes coming into the night, averaging 45.6 points a game.
And so dribbled around the edge by Carver, who's been the three-point shooting threat thus far. The pass deflected, but it'll go out of bounds off of Franklin Central. It'll stay North ball.
Franklin Central going to their bench. Alexis Mobley into the game. She wears number 30.
And so the pass outside, dribbles it inside, but blocked. And that'll be picked up by Reidenbach. Reidenbach dribbles it up the court and hands it off. The shot up by Caitlin Larson gets blocked out of bounds, but it'll remain Flash's ball.
Yeah, a lot of contact there on the other end with Urbanski, no call.
And so Larson will inbound it to Potts, looks inside, puts up the shot herself. It goes off the glass, rebounded by North.
Very even game for both teams. Both teams get after it there on the jump ball.
And so the Flashes get after that jump ball, but it'll stay North ball on that one.
Franklin Central comes into tonight averaging 48 points a game, defensively giving up about 55.
Neither team prolific offensively, so fairly even matchup as I stated before. And she goes up with it and gets fouled. And so Hannah Allen, the leading scorer for the Cougars, will go to the line once again. She's already knocked down her first 2 free throws. Make that 3 of 3 as she ties the game up on that one.
Hannah Allen leads the team in scoring. She had a good game the other night at Mooresville, the only player in double figures.
And so North takes their first lead. They lead 10-9 over Franklin Central. Luby tries to go up with it, but gets blocked. And a jump ball is called. That'll stay with the Flashes, and the arrow will switch back over to the Cougars.
Again, evenly matched teams, reminiscent of the JV game that North won.
And so the shot there for Reidenbach Goes over the rim. A good attempt there by Larson to try and get in that passing lane. But it'll stay North ball.
Franklin Central coach Brian Hacker not afraid to go to his bench. He keeps subbing his team in and out.
And that can be a very smart move for the freshness of your team and for matchup play as well. The pass inside is blocked hard. Back out of bounds. It'll remain North ball. And Driscoll has the ball out beyond the arc. She gives it off to number 12, Carver, who gives it back out to Lillis. Lillis dribbling off the right side. So they say that'll be out of bounds off North. It goes off her knee.
Well, Lillis just lost it out of bounds. Nothing that she could do about it, and just a turnover for Bloomington North.
And so it's inbounded right here. It's number 30, Alexis Mobley, who dribbles up off the right side. She throws a pass away, but before that, Bloomington North is called for a foul. Slap on the wrist is indicated by the referee. That'll be the first team foul on Bloomington North. And so 2 fouls on Franklin Central, 1 on North. That pass will zip off the hands of Rachel Luby and go out of bounds. Another turnover for Franklin Central.
And that's been the story all night for both these teams is turnovers in both JV and varsity.
And so North with a chance to extend their currently 1-point lead. Dribbling it inside, but the shot is missed. Lillis had a good opportunity there, couldn't quite get it to go down. Luby gets the put back 4-2 and retakes the lead 11-10.
Just a good in the right place at the right time for Luby. She followed her shot, she got the rebound and got the put back. Noticing a lot of contact on the defensive end between Allen and Luby. Officials letting it go right now.
Yeah, it's been a very physical game thus far. But a foul called there, a push-off called on the Flashes. And so Andrea Adams checks back in for Franklin Central.
Yeah, as they were setting up down there, you could tell Hannah Allen was throwing a couple little elbows at Rachel Luby.
So 54 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. Franklin Central trying to get in there and steal the ball, but North will retain possession. Goes to Carver. Lillis puts one up but misses, careens off the rim, picked up by the Flashes. They're back on the offensive end. The inside shot bounces around and out, and North comes up with it.
Yeah, Carver went down to the ground, slow to get up, and now Jeff Tremail is going to call a timeout.
So the first timeout of the game called by Bloomington North, as Franklin Central currently leads 11-10 here with 22 seconds left on the clock. And this Smithville game brought to you in association with McCray & McCray, attorneys at law for all your legal needs. Serving Monroe County since 1946. Call 812-336-4840. McCray & McCray, attorneys at law.
As you see, Franklin Central, all 5 timeouts remaining, Bloomington North with 4. Jeff Tremail in his first year as the coach, 4-14. graduated from Indiana University, played for Dave Benner at Brownstown Central, has been an assistant under Jason Spear the last couple of years, and now takes over as Jason Spear moved over to take the boys' job after Andy Hodson stepped down to focus on being the athletic director here at Bloomington North.
And so Urbanski dribbles it inside but misses. Driscoll comes up with the rebound, and that'll be a jump ball there just along the baseline. The Cougars will retain possession on that one.
Going to set up here for one shot.
12 seconds left on the first quarter game clock. Carver kicks it out, dribbling it inside. The basket is waved off, and it'll be going the other way. Hannah Allen thought she had two, but it is waved off, and it is a turnover.
Called for traveling was Hannah Allen.
The shot up, but missed, and we'll head it. And after the first quarter, it's Franklin Central 11, Bloomington North 10 here on Smithville TV. Welcome back live to the Cougar Den here at Tom McKinney Court at Bloomington North High School. I'm David Bloomberg alongside Nick Jenkinson for this matchup between the Bloomington North Cougars and the Franklin Central Flashes. A well-contested first quarter there for both teams. Franklin Central comes out with the slight edge, but really just very evenly played first quarter, Nick.
Evenly played first quarter, David, as Frank, for the 12th time this season, Bloomington North trails after one quarter. They've led 7 times this season, but trails a very evenly matched game, a very physical game so far as we start the second quarter.
All the Bloomington North points thus far belong to Hannah Allen and Katie Carver. Carver having knocked down 2 threes, and Allen already 4 of 4 from the free throw line. And so the putback attempt by Luby, she gets fouled on that one, so she'll go to the line for 2. First one bounces off the rim and out. She'll have one more coming right here. Misses the second, and Bloomington North comes down with the rebound.
Yeah, free throw shooting is going to be a very big key in this game for both teams, as it's so far a very evenly matched game. Maybe a key coming down the stretch.
So a hard drive there by Urbanski, but she misses the 2-point shot. A pass inside to Potts, but she's led too far underneath the basket and can't quite get that one. The transition attempt here by North, kicked back out, driving inside. And that was number 23, Hannah Allen, the leading scorer this season for the Cougars. She hits the deck and is fouled. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Already 4 of 4 from the line in this game.
Yeah, Hannah Allen, 15 games so far this season in double figures for Bloomington North, leads all the Cougars. Ainsley Urbanski at 9, Jenny Driscoll 4, Erin Lillis 3, and Katie Carver 2. Hannah Allen had a double-double, 15 points and 10 rebounds against Owen Valley earlier this season.
So she misses the second free throw, her first missed free throw, now 5 of 6 on those. And the game is tied up with 7 minutes left in the half. Potts' turnaround jumper missed. North back up with it. Lillis inside to Driscoll. That one just rimmed out. I was certain that one was going down.
Yeah, didn't get a friendly bounce there for Jenny Driscoll.
Potts up with a jump shot from just inside 3, rebounded by Franklin Central, and another runner up and missed.
Shots not falling either way for both in this game.
So Katie Carver looking around, she hands it back to Ashley Urbanski. Urbanski dribbles at the top of the key, tries to kick it back out to Lewis, but throws it past her out of bounds, and so it'll belong to the Franklin Central Flashes.
Yeah, Urbanski just put a little too much mustard on it, and it went out of bounds, and another turnover for Bloomington North.
11-11, all tied up here as we approach 6 minutes left in the first half. And Larson knocks down a 3 to give her team the lead, 14-11. North now trails. Katie Carver just inside the 3-point arc, puts one up and misses.
It's where Franklin Central needs to take advantage here. You've hit the 3, now you got to work the ball, get inside, or get another good shot, but they turn it over.
And so Jenny Driscoll gets that steal right there. And Urbanski puts up a 2-point shot, but misses. A lot of missed interior shots in this game thus far. But that one is good. And that was Sam Wessel, number 33, the senior big for Franklin Central. And so a foul is called there on Bloomington North. 3 on the Cougars now. 4 on the Flashes. We're now at approximately 5 minutes left in the first half. A pass thrown inside to Potts, kicked back outside. The shot up and good! That's a big basket for Andrea Adams as she hits the 2, and she'll get an and 1 opportunity right here.
Yeah, good job by Andrea Adams. Leads averages 11.1 points a game.
And she hits the free throw, and it's now 19-11 Franklin Central, and they're starting to pull away from Bloomington North here in the second quarter.
Outscored the Cougars 8-1 here in the second quarter.
And that'll be a foul on the Cougars and a legal moving screen right there. You understood the idea there for the Cougars, but it just wasn't quite right.
Grace Donahue checks in for the first time for Bloomington North, wearing number 32.
Luby turns around for the jumper and nails it. So they now lead by 10, 21-11, and North is going to take a timeout. They have been overwhelmed here in the second quarter. These last few minutes have just been a chore for their squad.
Yeah, it's been a chore. This series history has been Franklin Central the last couple years, David. The Flashes have won the last 3 big games. Franklin Central leads at 11-6. They won 6 straight. But the last 3 years, 93-38, 83-47, and 76-24. So
not a whole lot of success there, Nick.
Not a whole lot of success at all. They were 2014. It was 65-52, 46-34, and 49-38. Last time Bloomington North won this series, January 15, 2011, 56-27. Also, Franklin Central is leaving Conference Indiana after this year and going to another conference. So it's unclear if this series will continue because they're going to have to now adjust schedules and all that stuff. So not sure if they will stay as non-conference opponents or not, but this will be the final matchup in Conference Indiana between these two schools.
And it's not looking so good for North right here. Franklin Central thus far has built up a 10-point lead already, and there's still over 4 minutes left in the half. So things could get a whole lot worse. Urbanski dribbles it just inside, kicks it back out to Hannah Allen. she gets fouled. And so she'll take it back out of bounds. North with only 1 point in the quarter. They've been outscored 10-1 here in the second.
Yeah, this is where North doesn't do well when they play from behind, trying to find anything they can do, get going.
High off the glass right there for Lewis as she brings it back to within 8. So back in single digits. The pass inside to Luby. She puts it up and hits. Some beautiful passing there for Franklin Central, and it's right back to 10.
Yeah, Franklin Central are going to try to keep this lead in double digits as much as they can.
Hannah Allen dribbling inside and is fouled along the way. They call it a shooting foul. She'll head to the line for 2 free throws. That's the 6th foul in this half on Franklin Central. 1 more and Bloomington North will be shooting free throws. Allen knocks down her first.
Yeah, Allen comes in at 15.3 points a game. We talked about how she's led this team, a senior. North hasn't had seniors for the last couple years. They've had a very young team in the rebuilding process.
And so she misses the second one. It's a 9-point deficit for Bloomington North. Inside to Potts, back out here. And Andrea Adams hits the shot. That one looks like it will count, and 1. So they go up by 11 with a chance to increase the lead to 12 with 3:27 left on the clock in the first half. She hits the free throw. It's a 12-point deficit for North. They're fading fast, and they're going to have to find some offense quickly.
Looks like there's some moisture on the floor there at just around the Franklin Central bench.
And so it's getting toweled up right now as North waits to inbound the ball here. And so Lewis will bring it up for the Cougars. Looking to try and finish up the half strong, see if they can make some kind of comeback here, already down 12.
Yeah, Franklin Central not relenting on the ball pressure like their JV did. They blocked a lot of shots inside. Now there was a big shove off they didn't call.
And it's dribbled inside, but back out to Potts as she was falling down out of bounds, but was able to get it off to her open teammate. A near steal there for Bloomington North, but Urbanski can't quite come up with it, and so it'll remain with the Flashes. But good to see some life out of the Bloomington North Cougars defense.
Yeah, Ainsley Urbanski is a girl that averages 10.5 a game. Haven't really seen much from her offensively, but she is helping the charge on defense with that steal.
Urbanski gets the steal that time. The shot, her foot is on the 2-point line, but she misses it. It's out of bounds off of North. So another missed shot for the Cougars as the Flashes lead by 12 with 2:22 left in the half.
You get the sense that the game is starting to slip away a little bit from Bloomington North as Franklin Central drills that 3.
And Caitlin Larson buries a 3, and like you were just saying, slipping away from North, and clearly even more so right there. It's now a 15-point lead with still 2 minutes left in this half.
An 18-4 run for Franklin Central in this second quarter, I mean.
And so a good, strong putback right there for Bloomington North, cuts it to 13.
You can't get it all back at once, David. You just got to take it possession by possession.
Yeah, you got to chip away, Nick. And right here they're looking to an outlet pass, but it's picked off by Franklin Central, and they'll take it back up the court. It's kicked out right there, and the shot is no good. The rebound comes to Franklin Central, and Andrea Adams with the ball is fouled. That's the 7th foul on the Cougars, and so Andrea Adams will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Substitutions on both ends as Sydney Piercy comes in for North. And for the Flashes, we see Sammy Wessel come back in. And so that free throw missed. North with a chance to close the gap to 11 or maybe even 10 right here. The three-point shot is up, and it's good!
Yeah, first three for Ainsley Urbanski, her 14th on the season.
So a nice piece of shooting there by Urbanski, and it's now down to 10 for North. They have a little bit of life. And a steal right there. She's on the floor, and it's called a jump ball. The arrow points Cougars, so right there, that turns the ball over. Some nice defensive work by Bloomington North.
And this would be big for Bloomington North to get a bucket right here, cut the lead to single digits, and go into the locker room feeling good after a struggling second quarter.
30 seconds on the clock, but the shot by Urbanski is blocked. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay North ball. And like Nick said, they're looking to try and take this into the locker room, feeling at least a little bit positive about what has been a very difficult quarter for them. They came into this quarter down only 1. They now trail by double digits. Lewis passes up the 3 and kicks it back around to Piercy. Piercy over to Urbanski. Urbanski back to Lewis.
Franklin Central not relenting defensively, not letting North get a shot. Now they get another steal.
But now Franklin Central loses control of the ball, but the clock will expire. And so we head into halftime. Franklin Central leads 29-19. And so here are your first half highlights. You see Potts kicking outside to Alexis Mobley, who drains the 3. Right there you see Potts with a 2-point shot, up and good. Katie Carver with one of her 3-point shots, drills that one. Luby driving inside, turnaround jumper, hits that one. You can see right here another one of Katie Carver's 3s as she hits that one off the wing. This one taken inside by Sammy Vessel. She hits the 2. Right there, Andrea Adams driving through the lane for the 2 and 1. And so we go into halftime. Franklin Central Flashes lead 29-19 here on Smithville TV. Welcome back live to the Cougar Den here. It's Tom McKinney Court at Bloomington North High School. We have Franklin Central here visiting Bloomington North. I'm David Bloomberg alongside Nick Jenkinson. And Nick, it was all Franklin Central in that second quarter. Bloomington North had no answer for them whatsoever. And so heading into the second half, what do you think Bloomington North can do better to try and bring this game back into a manageable deficit?
Well, Franklin Central outscored North 18-9 that second quarter. That's the 14th time this season that North's been outscored in the second quarter. North is 0-14 when trailing at the half, David, so not a good sign for the Cougars. But the biggest thing is Hannah Allen's the one leading the way. She needs to get to the line. She's done very well tonight at the line. They have to limit turnovers, and they have to get stops as well.
All right, and so Franklin Central starts with the ball here in the second half as they lead by 10. And so Alexis Mobley puts one up, misses. Bloomington North comes up with it. They have a chance to cut the lead to single digits here to open the second half.
Yeah, very important possession for Bloomington North, trailing by 10. Can't hold the ball too long. They've got to cut this lead down.
But they lose it on a turnover, a stripped pass right there. It goes inside to Luby. Luby to Andrea Adams, and she grabs it and puts it up for an easy 2. And just like that, Franklin Central up 12.
Just a missed assignment for Bloomington North. Adams cutting to the basket. Nice feed from Luby to Adams cutting to the basket.
And so that shot put up but missed by Urbanski. Looked like somebody may have gotten a hand on it. Underhanded shot there by Luby. She gets fouled on the transfer there. And so she'll be shooting 2 free throws. Her team up by 12, trying to put them up by 14. Misses the first free throw.
Mentioned earlier, Franklin Central has won the last 6 in this series, and the last 3 have been absolute blowouts. And it looks like we could be headed for another one tonight.
She misses the second one, but the rebound is pulled down by Franklin Central. And so they reset and have another opportunity. The 3-point shot up, and it is bounced off the rim, but put back up. But Adams can't get the roll.
Unfriendly bounce for Franklin Central, but they're still getting offensive rebounds.
So Urbanski steps in and takes the 2-point jump shot. Make it a 10-point game. Back on the other end, Franklin Central misses one right there. Potts not able to knock it out to her waiting teammate beyond the arc. The 3-pointer there by Allen is short.
Franklin Central going to slow this up a little bit.
So 6 minutes left in the third quarter. A 3-point shot on its way, bounces hard off the rim. That'll be out of bounds on Bloomington North. They're the last ones to touch it.
Yeah, Urbanski came off a screen and just missed Adams on the wide open shot, just misses that closeout.
And so Franklin Central gets another chance to push this lead back above 10. But the shot missed right there by Mobley. A nice attempt there by Lillis on the other end, but she can't quite get it. But the pass thrown wild goes out of bounds for Franklin Central.
Franklin Central still doing well defensively with the block shots.
And so North takes a shot and they hit that one. They'll call that one a 2-pointer. Her foot was on the line. So it's 31-23 now. North back into single digits with this deficit.
Yeah, that was Hannah Allen on that shot, leading the way for the Cougars.
And Mobley misses the 3-point shot. North could get it down to 6 right here. Ainsley Urbanski just barely misses a 2, but Driscoll gets the putback, and she hits it. It's a 6-point game now for North, and now they have a little bit of something getting going right here.
And they get the offensive rebound, David, something they haven't done most of the game. Good job by Jenny Driscoll to get that rebound and put back.
Yeah, absolutely. And North playing with some tenacity here these last few possessions. And suddenly what was just a few minutes ago a 12-point lead is now cut all the way down to 6.
Yeah, 10-point lead at halftime for Franklin Central. North has opened this game on a 6-2 run, but Franklin Central answers.
Again, another nice drive by Caitlin Larson, who's really been cutting to the basket quite well in this contest. And so inside to Jenny Driscoll. She goes back outside to Lillis. Dribbles inside but misses the shot. Grabs her own rebound. It's kicked around to Katie Carver, who misses the 3-pointer. But Jenny Driscoll comes down with an offensive rebound. and is fouled by the Flashes. So suddenly these last few minutes, Jenny Driscoll really getting in there and fighting for offensive rebounds. Bloomington North down by 8, and certainly that ability to get in there and grab those rebounds could help them make a comeback.
Jenny Driscoll averages 6.2 points a game coming into tonight. She is their big inside presence.
But right there, Erin Lillis loses the handle on the ball and turns it over. But an errant pass by the Flashes. As you can see, there was nobody there. I'm inclined to say they were aiming for Sarah Reidenbach, but wasn't even particularly close.
One thing that you have to remember is that Bloomington North lost Nina Castro-Sauer and Abby Cannon due to injuries before the season even started. Nadia Trent's also been out all season with injury as well, so North still shorthanded.
And so the pass out over to Urbanski. Urbanski dribbles it inside, and she will be fouled. Foul prior to the shot, so they'll take it out of bounds. Still trailing by 8.
As you see, nice job inside by Hannah Allen, another block by Franklin Central.
And so Flashes go back down the court with Adams handing it off. Potts inside, puts up the shot, it doesn't go. But she'll go to the line for 2. There's 2:36 on the clock here. An 8-point deficit for Bloomington North, and it's Potts at the line. Misses the first of 2. 2 fouls on the half on each team. The second one goes down, and it's a 9-point lead for Franklin Central. Bloomington North desperately looking to try and close this gap in the final 2.5 minutes of the quarter, try and set themselves up for a manageable fourth quarter situation.
Something that they really have not done all season is come back from when trailing after 3 quarters or a halftime.
So clearly it's crucial right here that they make this one close. That one goes off the side of the backboard, but it's picked up by Jenny Driscoll. Back out beyond the arc and missed. Katie Carver flew in to try and grab the rebound, but couldn't quite hold on to it.
Yeah, the shot's not falling for Bloomington North at all. Franklin Central still controlling the glass and also forcing a lot of Bloomington North turnovers.
And so Andrea Adams brings it up. Franklin Central looking to go back into double digits with their lead right here. But Adams tries to go up with it and loses the ball at her hip. Urbanski and Carver working between them right here. Inside to Driscoll, who passes it back out to Allen. The 3 up and good. Correct that. They call that a 2. Once again, her foot on the line of the arc. So that's a 2-point basket. Still, it brings it down to a 7-point deficit for North.
Good job by Hannah Allen. Continues to be the scoring load for Bloomington North.
And so it looked like Sammy Vessel got a little bit tied up there, but she gets bailed out by the Bloomington North foul. That one missed by Mobley. North comes up with it, but it's a jump ball. Cougars hold on to it regardless.
I think the North fans in attendance wanted a foul there. They're not going to get that.
And so Lewis brings it up. Under a minute left in the third quarter. She dribbles off to the right side and is fouled. A push off right there. And so the third foul for the Flashes. Luby tries to get in there and steal the inbounds pass, but it knocks off her leg out of bounds. The North's going to have to be careful about that. A foul called on North, an offensive foul sends it back the other way. 51.7 seconds left on the clock in this quarter. These teams trading turnovers.
Well, you want to trade baskets, not turnovers, David, but you're right, they're trading turnovers in this game.
And so Mobley goes up with 2 and hits it. It's a 9-point lead for Franklin Central. We'll see how North responds as the clock winds down beneath 30 seconds left in the quarter. Turnaround jumper hit by Willis. She makes it 7-point deficit. 15 seconds on the clock. Franklin Central looking for one last shot before the end of the quarter. Rachel Luby looks back outside. And that one put up by Andrea Adams as the buzzer goes and she hits it. So we'll head to the fourth quarter. Franklin Central leads 38-29 here on Smithville TV.
Welcome to Technology Powered by Smithville. Let our welcoming and friendly staff help you with your technology needs. Stop by to get Smithville Cellular Extra plans on the latest devices. Get routers and tech products at great prices. Plus, if you're a Smithville customer, you can pay your bill and change services. Come see us at the Clear Creek Crossing Plaza or check us out at smithville.com/technology. Technology powered by Smithville, Bloomington's communications and tech store.
Welcome back live to the Cougar Den here. Tom McKinney Court in Bloomington, Indiana, Bloomington North High School for this matchup between the Cougars and the Franklin Central Flashes. I'm David Bloomberg alongside Nick Jenkinson, and thus far it's been all Franklin Central these last few quarters. Bloomington North had a few chances to try and cut down the lead there in the third quarter, but couldn't quite come through with anything substantial. And so they head into the fourth quarter here at a significant disadvantage. They haven't won a game yet this season where they've trailed after 3 quarters. Nick, what do you think is the key for them to get that first victory from behind after 3?
Yeah, they're 0-13 when they trail after 3 quarters this season, 4-1 when leading. They just have to get stops at this point. And you got to get Hannah Allen to the free throw line. You've got to get other girls to contribute as well. You're getting some production from Jenny Driscoll inside, but you also are not getting defensive rebounds as well, and you got to keep Franklin Central off that glass.
So a foul already called there on Bloomington North. As you can see, they're trying to pressure the inbounds pass, try and jump in there and grab it.
But Bloomington North did outscore Franklin Central 10-9 in that third quarter, David.
They did, but given the deficit, it just wasn't enough, really. And right here, they're going to need to do better than that. But right there, they let Rachel Luby grab 2 points right there, and it's an 11-point deficit. Standing pat and holding even with them isn't going to be enough right here. That goes out of bounds, and it'll remain Bloomington North ball. 7:27 left on the clock in the fourth quarter. And down 11, Bloomington North's going to have to start putting up points, and in a hurry.
Absolutely, and they've got to get production. Like I said, they got to get outside. Franklin Central is going to continue to pressure the ball. And it's a bad errant pass, and Driscoll can't hang on to it.
But an errant pass on the other end from Franklin Central rolls out of bounds. And so it's Bloomington North ball. Once again, the team's trading turnovers rather than baskets. We've seen a lot of clock stoppage the last 3 or 4 minutes of this game.
Yeah, a lot of clock stoppage. Of course, a delay to start the JV game with the alarm going off as well. So
just been that kind of night, Nick.
It has been.
And a foul called right there on Franklin Central. That's going to be the key for Bloomington North. Franklin Central now have 4 fouls. Franklin Central has 2 fouls to give. North needs to get those called so that they can start getting to the free throw line. Hannah Allen with a beautiful dribble move inside, but she misses the shot. The Flashes came down with it, stepped out of bounds though, according to the referee. And so it'll be Cougars ball.
One thing you can't do for Bloomington North, miss a lot of layups. They've done that tonight, especially in this late stage of the game, down 11.
So 6:30 left on the clock, approximately. That pass thrown out of bounds, but it was just barely touched by Caitlin Larson before it went out. And so the Cougars will retain possession. 6:32 on the game clock. And so Erin Lillis with the ball. She gives it off to Katie Carver, who dribbles inside and kicks it back out. Hannah Allen has it now and puts it inside to Driscoll. And Driscoll gets blocked out of bounds. Right now the Flash is just playing really good defense inside, not giving Bloomington North any room to put those interior shots up.
No, just keep blocking inside, keep clogging up that lane. That's what Franklin Central does. And then another turnover as Driscoll lost it out of bounds.
And so a good thought by Allen there to try and throw it off of Franklin Central, but she ends up throwing it off her own teammate. And so Franklin Central has the ball up 11 with 6:10 left in the game.
This is where if I'm Franklin Central, want to increase the lead, you go inside, but now the Potts turns it over.
The two teams right now just having trouble holding on to the ball. If you're North, you clearly need to have the turnovers end right here. You're under 6 minutes left on the clock, down 11. You really need every opportunity you can get. That shot blocked. Rachel Luby puts it down, throws it across to Caitlin Larson, who hits the 2 inside. It's a 13-point lead. A timeout will be taken by North. That's a full timeout. And so North trails by 13. They came out into this quarter looking to try and build off of a better third quarter, but thus far Franklin Central has looked the stronger team here at the end of the game.
Yeah, Franklin Central looks stronger. Bloomington North got another one tomorrow night against Columbus North. We'll have that game here on Smithville TV. Both games, JV and varsity. Tuesday night they play Edgewood in senior night, and then next Thursday they will finish out the regular season at Terre Haute North. Franklin Central coming up, their schedule, they have Terre Haute North on Saturday, Ben Davis next week, which is tough. Fishers January 26th to close out the regular season. Franklin Central has played all but one team in Class 4A this season. Their only other non-4A opponent was Park Tudor in 2A. They beat them handily in the opener of the Marion County tournament. And a reminder that the pairing show for the girls is this Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time online at the IHSAATV.org website. So all the teams in Indiana will find out who and where they're playing in the sectionals.
And so North down now to only 2 timeouts left in this game. That pass picked off by Luby, and she dribbles it all the way inside, lays it up for 2. A 15-point lead for Franklin Central. Bloomington North fading here, and it's getting hard to see how they're going to be able to mount a comeback in this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick turnaround for Bloomington North. They're going to fall again with another loss, and then they play Columbus North tomorrow night. Columbus North on top of the conference at 6-0, looking to clinch their 7th straight Conference Indiana championship tomorrow night.
And given what we've seen here tonight, that's going to be a difficult one for Bloomington North to win. It'll even probably be difficult for them to keep step with Columbus North. And so Sydney Piercy at the line misses the first free throw. Piercy, we also saw her in the JV game. She was active on both ends of the court in that one. And so we see her here tonight also in the varsity matchup. And she misses both free throws, and Rachel Luby has the rebound.
Yeah, maybe a chance for Jeff Trammell to get some of his younger girls in this game that don't always play varsity minutes.
Nice turnaround jumper by Rachel Luby, knocked down. It's a 17-point deficit now. Things not going well for Bloomington North. What started out as a 9-point lead to open the quarter has been opened up by 8 more since.
Yeah, 8-0 run for Franklin Central here in the 4th quarter.
And so the Flashes commit their 6th foul. Their next one will send Bloomington North to the line for 1-1. But at this point, I don't think even that is going to be enough to overcome this deficit. There's only about 4.5 minutes left on the clock. So barring a miracle, Franklin Central is going to walk away with a hard-fought victory.
Yeah, it's going to be their 7th straight in this series. It's going to be another double-digit victory as well for the Flashes. And with their leaving Conference Indiana this coming after this school year, hard telling when these two teams may meet again.
And if this is the way they go out, what a close for Franklin Central to this rivalry, to this series. Urbanski up with the 3-point shot, and she hits it. A little glimmer of hope there for Bloomington North as Ainsley Urbanski drops the tray, and it's 46-32. Franklin Central Flashes on top. Rachel Luby with the offensive rebound. She runs into defensive pressure inside when she comes down with it. The foul on Bloomington North, and so now both teams at 6. No more fouls left to give. Either team commits another foul, they'll put the other team in bonus.
Yeah, neither team left to give. It's all Franklin Central from here.
And so we see that first substitution, as you predicted, Nick, Erica Crawford into the game for the Flashes. We haven't seen her yet tonight, but she is in the game now. And Rachel Luby up with it, and that shot will count, and she'll go to the line for one more.
And as we just mentioned, that puts Franklin Central into the 1-1 now, as Ainsley Urbanski has fouled out of this game.
And so North is, as we see the free throw go up and it's hit, they're down 17, 3:44 on the clock, and they've lost Ainsley Urbanski, who has fouled out. So right here, it's fairly unlikely they're going to mount any kind of comeback. That's a jump ball, and so that'll stay with the Cougars. But it's been a really rough 4th quarter for the Cougars. And so number 25, Sarah Reidenbach, comes back into the game. The Flashes gradually replacing their starters on the floor.
Yeah, no need. They've got another game this weekend. No need to get anybody hurt. Get some subs in. Get these girls rested and ready to go for their next game.
Rachel Luby attempted to save that one, heading out of bounds, but it rolls out, and so it'll stay North basketball. We close in on 3 minutes left in the contest. Once again, just want to thank everybody who's watching this. It's an odd night here. We usually do Friday or Saturday. We're doing a Thursday night game because of the weather postponement. So if you're watching and you're with us here tonight, we thank you again for tuning in to Smithville TV to see some local high school girls basketball between Bloomington North and Franklin Central.
Also want to thank our crew as well for doing a great job as always.
They honestly are some of the best. A lot of talented, intelligent, and skilled people on this crew. Love working with them every time out here, Nick. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, we have Annette Bruner, Theron Showalter, and Skylar Ernest on the cameras tonight. We've got Rob Ramsey as our director, technical director, and Nadir Noon running replays. You and I doing commentary, and they always do a great job.
Absolutely, Nick. Best crew in the high school basketball business. It's a 15-point deficit here, and Rachel Luby will go to the line to shoot two. Misses that first one off the front of the rim.
As you got 8 fouls for Bloomington North, Franklin Central 7. So both teams in the 1-1.
And she hits the second one, a 16-point game, 50-34 for Franklin Central. Franklin Central's had a rough season, but this one has been a pretty impressive showing for them here tonight.
They're going to snap a 6-game losing streak, and they're going to go to 3-3 in Conference Indiana. And they got one more to play next week. Bloomington North going to fall to 1-4 in Conference Indiana with another game tomorrow night as Franklin Central drains.
And right there, Sammy Vessel drills the three to put them up 19. You got to think we're not too far away from Coach Brian Hacker getting in some more subs into this one. Don't want any of your starters to get hurt in a game that you've clearly already won. I don't know how she was able to hold on to that one. She throws it off of a North player to keep it with the flashes, but I don't know how she was able to hold on to that one. She was backed up against the baseline. Really good move by her to hold on to that one. Potts comes back into the game.
Yeah, just tippy-toed that baseline, was able to stay in. Great job for her.
But that one's turned over. And a shot attempt right there is missed by number 32, Grace Donahue. But it'll remain Cougars ball with 1:41 left on the clock. They trail by 19. It's out to Katie Carver. Inside to Driscoll. She picks it up, but she tries to get it back outside, and it gets picked off by Franklin Central. Story of the game right there, Nick. Turnovers for Bloomington North.
Absolutely, David, as you see Jeff Tremail starting to get in some of the other girls here late in this game.
Caitlin Larson puts that one up and hits the 2-point shot. It's now a 21-point lead for Franklin Central. This one firmly out of reach for Bloomington North. Hannah Allen's shot attempt is blocked by Madison Potts. And on the other end, the 2-pointer good for Sarah Reidenbach.
Looks like they're just getting a 30-second timeout just to get some subs in.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see quite a number of substitutions right here. There's only 48.9 seconds left on the clock. It's a 57-34 game for Franklin Central. They have this one very much in tow. 2 timeouts left for North, but it's not going to make too much difference here at the end of this game.
As a reminder to our viewers, we have Columbus North here tomorrow night. You and I will be doing that game, so we look forward to that as Columbus North closing in on another Conference Indiana championship.
Yeah, we'll be back with you tomorrow night. So make sure to tune in for that one. Same time, same place, same channel.
Hopefully no fire drill tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully we'll get started right on time. So that shot attempt missed. They pass it over to Reidenbach, who passes back to Larson. Larson dribbles inside. The pass tipped, but Reidenbach comes up with it. 15 seconds on the clock. Larson up with the shot and good. 25-point lead. Hits the quarter century mark in the deficit right there. And as the final buzzer sounds, Franklin Central Flashes walk away with a 59-34 win. And here are some of the second half highlights. We see a nice pass over to Adams, who puts up the two. On the other end for Bloomington North, Ainsley Urbanski up with the 2-point shot. Urbanski inside, passes it back out to Hannah Allen, who gets two right there. Urbanski with another jump shot missed, but Driscoll with a nice putback on that one. And Driscoll inside passes it back out to Allen, who gets another long two. And we see right there that Adams puts a runner up over the defender. A beautiful pass inside from Luby gets the two. So the final score here at Bloomington North, 59-34 in favor of the Franklin Central Flashes. Thanks to everybody for watching and to all our crew and everybody behind the scenes for helping to put this one together. 59-34 here on Smithville TV.